Stu, did I tell you my oven fell apart? I'm not kidding. Tomorrow's video is me making supper, a leftover makeover home economics meal. And when I went to put it in the oven, you remember my Whirlpool oven? The burners, the burners rotted out underneath, and then I had to replace them and fix them. And then the handle kept falling off the oven door. So Howie put Loctite on the screw, and that held so well that one day I was opening the door and opening the oven door, and it tipped the where the handle was attached to forward, and the glass fell out and hit me in the leg. And then Howie said, piss on this. He fixed it with muffler tape. Put the glass back in, fixed it with muffler tape. Well, on Friday, I was making a leftover makeover meal. I went to put it in the oven, and the handle fell off, and the glass fell out, and I said, I've had enough. I left it there till Howie got home, because I'd had enough. So he fixed it. He said, it's not gonna fall apart now. But soon I'm gonna go get a new oven. A new stove, and I'm not going to buy Whirlpool, and I'm not going to get it off of Kijiji, but I am going to look at a secondhand, like a website that sells secondhand or gently used, stuff. Hi, let me say hi to everybody. And I'm going to be getting me a stove sometime soon, because I'm down to 2 properly working burners, and well, you just heard what happened. So hi, Aldo, Avonlea Ann, Seashell, aloha, Corey C, Jean, nice to see you, Corey. Donna Lal, Jean Phillips, Jill V, Joe Mama, Laura Higgins, Samoa, Mary Jane Weeds, hey, darling, and Melody Ray, Potato Head, hi, buddy, Rosie Slade, T Mama Dukes, Yolana Mitchell, and Whitney Gibson. How is everybody this beautifully icy cold Sunday? How's everybody doing? Hey, Carolyn, how's it going? Angie Mack. So yesterday, as y'all know, oh yeah, I'm going to give you my Rumble video. Okay, now Rumble, it's okay if you don't want to go there. But Rumble is a new form of kind of social media, but it's uncensored. So you have to make an account just like YouTube. If you want to comment, you have to have an account. It's very much like YouTube, but it's uncensored. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you guys this video. And this is, this is just for the people who want to know what we got up to yesterday and what we're going to get up to next weekend. So, hi, Simply Jessica. Spent today trying to pick out a new paint color for my downstairs. Down to gray. I don't know what it is. Yes. I'm going to do the whole, if we ever get the time and the energy, we're going to do the downstairs in light gray, because I've had enough of olive green. So I'm ready to go like a dove gray, I'm really looking forward to that. We'll probably do the living room in a darker gray. Not really dark, but like not gunmetal or anything, but a nice, bold, dark gray. And the living room or dining room and kitchen we'll probably do in like a dove gray, lighter gray. I know, but I've been wanting gray for a long time, right? So I want to so bad, but with my crazy accidents, I'm afraid, especially changing over now. Changing over what, sweetheart? I'm halfway through a conversation. Bev, how much zinc can one safely take? Wow. You know what? Let's ask Brave. How much zinc supplement is safe? It helps the immune system. Wow, it's a rabbit hole. It's worth pointing out that 40 milligrams of zinc per day is the tolerable upper limit, considered safe. 40 milligrams a day. Don't make me do research anymore today. I've had enough. Hey, teasers, pleasers, how are you? My ceramic stove top broke yesterday. Oh no! I bought a new one for $850 Samsung. Oh well, you can't go wrong with Samsung. You really can't, right? Um, so yesterday we went to the Freedom Rally in Ottawa. Now we left early. It was supposed to run till 3, and we left at like 1 o'clock because my knees couldn't tolerate it, and I was well wrapped up except for my legs. So, but Howie said when he went to get the truck out of the parking lot, he said there were hordes and hordes. And so what you see on the video footage on Rumble is probably 1/3 of who actually showed up, right? A freak accident. Chaos. Don't eat what bacon? What bacon? Wait a minute. 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 What am I missing? What are we? Why? Why shouldn't she eat bacon? Hi, Deborah. How are you? I wish that I could paint. I am so tired of white. Yeah. I hate the ceramic top stoves. I don't have a gas hookup, so I would prefer an element. Well, that's the thing, right? Now, I've seen some stoves from the 1950s, and their elements are like that thick, the spiral part. And it's like a C within it, a C and a C like this kind of, right? And they're really, really thick. And I saw a beautiful stove. It had 2 cooktops, 2 ovens, 2 warming ovens, or 3 warming ovens. And I was like, and it was like 1950s. I said, Howie, you could hardwire that right in. And he goes, you're not getting a 1950s stove, Bev. We'll never be able to get parts for it. I said, if we can prove it works, you'll never need to buy parts for it. Do you know why? Because they built them like tanks back then. It was my aunt Audrey had one years ago. She had one, and it was electric, and it had 2 stove tops, 2 ovens, and 3 warming ovens, and a shelf. It was like, what happened to those elements that were one solid piece back in the 80s? Yeah, really, She can't bacon in a pressure cooker, Bev, and she wants to eat it. So what's wrong with that? Did they seal? I can bacon all the time. As a matter of fact, if you look at the stuffing I made for my 1 chicken 5 meals, I used canned bacon. It's meat. If it is, hi Patricia. If it's sealed, go ahead. It's shelf stable, but what was electric? You used an electric canner to can meat? That may be a whole other ball game, Chaos. No. Okay, yeah, I kind of draw the line on that. If you want to keep those cans of bacon in a fridge, in the back of your fridge or something, yes, but not shelf stable. I wouldn't call that shelf stable, even if they sealed. I'm getting the new stove on Tuesday, so I put the one we had downstairs, which is silver, in the upstairs kitchen. I'm ordering a new ceramic top, $300 when I have the money. Well, there you go. Hey, Malka! Laura Higgins, bacon is off the table at my house because of the cost, so expensive. Well, that's when we got it for $1.97. I just put in an order with Walmart because, and you don't want to hear the bull crap I've been through with Google this weekend. Anyway, I put an order in with Walmart, and there were already things that were out of stock. So I'm warning you folks, if you don't know about what's coming up with the truckers across North America, make sure you got a full pantry. And I'm making sure that we got, like, we already have milk, but I'm making sure we have extra eggs, extra cheese. I can bake bread if we run out. That's not an issue, but the things we don't have, right? Like eggs, cheese, butter, I made sure I got more. So, hey, Stephen. Stephen, I'm really, really, really sorry to hear about Dan. Do we know what the prognosis is? Stephen's partner of 28 years has just developed leukemia. How was his health before? How has his health been up until this last 6 months or so, Stephen? I don't go to Walmart. I use my local butcher. Well, I didn't buy meat from them. I didn't order meat from them. I just ordered bread, butter, cheese, Parmesan cheese, canned gravy, stuff like that, you know. Okay, honey. Okay. But we'll remember to keep you guys in our prayers for sure, sweetheart. Angie Mack, what do you mean? Who's Vax injured? The Freedom Rally this weekend was medical freedom, freedom to make our own decisions when it comes to, and I'm not even allowed to say it. That's why I have a channel on Rumble, or an account on Rumble. I don't know if it's actually a channel or not, but that's all I'm going to say about it. My whole world is taking a shit. Oh, baby. I'm sorry to hear that. So, and next Saturday, we're going to go out to support the truckers. We're going to help escort them into Ottawa. We're not going into Ottawa, though. It'd be nuts to try and do that. So it's taking 3 to 4 weeks to get. I got home yesterday. My tank is at 25%. Oh, man. Yeah, man. So I have this C, and we have been quarantined for the week. I'm sick of my own cooking. Oh, God. I love my own cooking. I just hate to do it. I really don't. I don't like to cook, because it's boring, right? Because we eat very simply, if you think about it. Well, I'll tell you, Autumn Gypsy, it was minus 27 when we got up yesterday morning. And it only got to like minus 18 Celsius. That's what, like minus 8 Fahrenheit. And I could only stay, because all I had was like thin leggings on, and then I never thought, thinking my fat would, insulate me. I forgot. I got surface frostbite on my legs once, on my thighs, and they've never been able to tolerate the cold since. And then I walked all the way to the front of the rally, did some filming, and then I couldn't find Howie. He had dropped me at the sidewalk to go get and park the truck, and he was going to bring my walker, my wheelie walker. So then I couldn't stand for more than 10 minutes, right? I couldn't. I had to walk, or my knees were just going to buckle. So I walked back to the sidewalk, calling through the crowd, looking for Howie, and I made the mistake of going, Howard, right? And 3 people turned around and looked at me, and I said, what? And they said, did you just say coward? And I went, no, it's my husband. Okay, never mind. Wolfie, darling. It's like, whoa, be careful of the, people's names. Like, people were like, but it was really good. But we left by 1 o'clock, and the march wasn't even until 2. And people were still coming in. So I didn't get any really flooded footage of Parliament Hill flooded, because we didn't stay for the whole thing. Right? But then I had walked all the way back to the sidewalk, and then all the way back up to the front again. And then I finally found Howie finally found me at the front, and I sat down for a while, and then I started to freeze. My legs started to burn. I couldn't feel my toes. I had hot paws on my gloves, and I couldn't feel my fingers. So I said to Howie, yeah, it's time to go. Let's go get the truck. So he said, it's going to take me about 20 minutes. I said, it's okay. I said, I'll make my way to the front. And he said, keep your phone on. Because that was another thing. I didn't have my phone on for some stupid reason. It was still on do not disturb from the night before. And so he had been trying to phone me through the crowd, and it wasn't ringing. So I walked down to the sidewalk, and that's where the real party was, right? It was talk about uber sensitive. Well, I mean, there's a lot of things going on, right? So Howie said, why the hell weren't we doing this in July? I said, because we were all being distracted. And we were all being distracted by discoveries on residential school properties. Now, I mean no disrespect when I say we were all distracted, but you honestly think that nobody knew about those? They just chose to splash it across so they could hide what else they were doing, right? Oh, thank you, EJM. The truckers are starting to gather up. What's today? Today, at the farthest west coast of Canada, and they are all coming to Ottawa. All the truckers are coming to Ottawa. The last I heard, it was 36,000 trucks, and they were just going to start build. It's a convoy against all mandates, and that's all I can say. Please go look at my Rumble video that I posted above, so that you can see where we're going to be next weekend. Yeah. Breaker 19, we got us a convoy. What border, Joe? This is just Canadian. Yeah, and yes, they're also, as far as from what I understand, on the other side of the border too, they're doing the same thing in the States, right? But they're shutting down the borders. They're locking the borders. And Canada's truckers are converging on Ottawa. And there could be anywhere from 36,000 to 150,000 trucks, and we will be on the highway with them. We'll escort them right to Ottawa. We won't go into Ottawa, though. That would be silly. Absolutely. You know what I was thinking, Donna? I'm going to, well, Stephen, they've been talking about this for almost a month. Okay, I've known about this for a long time, but I am not allowed to talk about it. I'm not allowed to talk about it. But TikTok has blown up. It's going to impact everybody, but everybody who knows what's going on has stocked up. Most of us have pantries and stuff anyway, right? So, well, I mean, don't blame the truckers. Blame the government. Like this one Ontario, I think he's Ontario. I can't remember what premier he is, but he said, if your shelves are empty, if your shelves are full, thank a trucker. Because if you bought it, a trucker brought it. But if our shelves are empty next week, blame Trudeau. Right? Blame mainstream media who's not covering this. They're not covering this. They're not allowing us to tell you about it because our channels are getting struck and taken down. YouTube's fascist. So, that's right. That's right. It's not. This is one more thing that everybody's not being told about, so that they don't want you to know, so that you'll blame the truckers and not blame the actual problem, which is government interfering with people's lives, people's jobs, right? Yeah, I know, but I've already got a Rumble account, and I'm going to I've already got a Rumble account, and I'm going to be getting a StreamYard account so that I can talk without my hands being tied. Hi, Rodney. What, this? Oh, it's a giant tiger special. I think I paid $5.99 for it. And it's nice and stretchy and comfy, but it's cottony too, right? Exactly, Mama Cat. Exactly. Hey, Becky, how's it going? After 2 weeks, the you-know-what seems to be getting better. Well, this is another thing, too, is you look at the UK, and they're loosening up. They're saying none of this stuff's working. So they're just going to stop mandates. They're going to stop mandating this and passes, the whole 9 yards. Britain is, that I'm aware of. So, again, we're not seeing this in mainstream media because they're not covering it, because they somehow think that we don't know, that we're ignorant, that we don't know how to use a good, reliable search engine like Brave, right? And everybody's waking up to mainstream media lying and the fact that we've been lied to all along. And that's as far as I can go, because if I actually point the lies out, this video will be taken down, and I will get another strike on this channel. And if it hit, that would be strike 2. And if it hits strike 3, they'll take my channel away. So please, we are not going to talk about this anymore, okay? Oh, you have it. Oh, well, I mean, stay calm. Don't believe the fear, right? It's called freedom, not feardom. Don't believe the shit, okay? Just drink lots of clear fluids. If your chest starts to get rattly or wheezy, get on the Mucinex. Take your zinc, your vitamin C, your D3, okay? And drink lots of clear fluids, okay? That means water, herbal tea, flat ginger ale, that kind of stuff. Just keep pumping the fluids, and if they say drink 8 ounce glasses of water a day for normal health, then you want to be drinking probably 3/4 of a gallon at least. My favorite is that both of our first cases at my school were both triple. Yeah. So, and move around. Yes, exactly. Move around. Like the only time I laid down was in bed when I went to bed. I stayed up and I kept a cheerful face on for y'all. I was scared. Because no matter how much you use critical thinking and how much you tune out mainstream media, right? It still leaks in, right? And so we were worried. But you know what? We looked after it and we're okay. Boom. Yeah, exactly. Oh, that's good. Absolutely. Like when you move around, like people think, oh, I shouldn't drink so much. Like it never made sense to me when they said drink lots of fluids when you got fluid in your lungs. But it's not fluid in your lungs. It's like it's like snot, right? Lung snot. And the more clear fluids you drink, the more it hydrates it so that you can bring it up. You can clear it. But if you don't hydrate enough, it turns to like wet concrete and it's a bitch to get rid of. Oh, baby. Well, you know what? I actually ran into a couple of friends, well, people I'm getting to know from TikTok, and I was hugging people, right? It was glorious. It was felt wonderful to be a Canadian for the first time in a long time. Honey and lemon. Oh, and ginger. Honey, lemon, and ginger. You put a slice of lemon, like a quarter size slice of peeled ginger, and you boil that really well, right, with honey, and then you pour it over a tea bag, right? And you drink, or you can just drink it like that or pour it over a tea bag. But man, oh man, honey, lemon, and ginger. Absolutely. Moving is good. Yeah. Was sick, did quercetin or oregano tea and other vitamins. Yeah, we're not allowed to talk about that because that's, it might. But the thing is the wonderful thing. I know that we have been barraged by mainstream media and blocked and muzzled by social media and stuff. But the truth is a funny thing, and the internet's a funny thing. As much barrage of crap there is out there, there is truth that you're not being told, and you can find it. You just got to know where to look. And I'll tell you something. The boat that this whole thing has been, this whole agenda has been floating on for the last 2 years is full of holes now, and it's sinking. Oh, a Yorkshire pudding question. Thank you, Seashell. Laura, where are you? Where's the Yorkshire pudding question? Can we talk about Yorkshire pud for a moment? What is this? Does it taste eggy like I'm thinking? I don't know if it tastes eggy or not, but I made one. If you look at the Yorkshire pudding, the last family dinner in Ohio, I made a big Yorkshire pud. So it's not flaky and fluffy and crusty like biscuits. It's spongy, like it's like a heavy spongy cake, but it's not sweet. So it's eggs, flour, and milk, and baking powder, and salt. Don't forget the salt, or it'll taste bland. Oh, sweetheart, don't you worry about anything. Now I get to play in work again starting tomorrow. Boss is in Hawaii. Yay. Hi, Wanda. How are you? So, I mean, we came home, and when I finally got in the truck, because Howie was gone a good 20 minutes, but I was on the sidewalk, and I remember yelling an expletive at our prime minister out loud, and then looking, and there was like a 10-year-old kid beside me in a Toronto Maple Leafs hat, and I looked at him and I said, I am really sorry, hon. And he goes, no, it's okay. And I said, no, it's not. I am an elder, and it's my job. Like, because even his parents went, don't worry about it. And I said, nah, I'm an elder, and it's my job to set the proper example. I said, so please disregard my foul language, and let's say fire him. if you guys know what I'm talking about. Now oh, well, good. I'm glad to hear it. Oh, I'm glad, Wanda. Hey, la grosse patate! I'm putting a droplet into a cup of water 3 times a week. Do you reckon a droplet of what, sweetheart? I missed what you were saying. Okay, for my thyroid, iodine is supposed to be good to take along with vitamin D, C, magnesium, zinc, and collagen. I don't know. You might wanna Google that, because I mean, I know that iodine is one of those things I always keep in the medicine cabinet, because I know that a lot of people saved their lives, or what they could of their lives, when Chernobyl hit, like in the fallout, from drinking iodine, but they were drinking it. So I'd say 2 or 3 drops maybe wouldn't hurt at all. Right? I mean, most table salts iodized in it, as iodized, right? So I mean, a drop in whatever, in a cup of tea or something, I don't see it that would be a problem. No, Avon Leanne. We can't say that. And we can't say Fidel either. So I cut out a lot. Like, there was this one woman who ranted for like 15 minutes. And she everything valid she said, she discredited herself by looking like ridiculous, a little bit ridiculous. So, but it was, and I realized when I got up front that they had a list of people who were going to speak. The mama bears and the mums against distancing and all this stuff. So it was like they were actually speaking about it, but it was like for their group's agenda kind of thing. And I felt like saying, you know what, give me the bloody microphone, because should be about Canada unity, not about saying, so, any donation is a good donation. And I was like, no. That's not what this is about. We're here for medical freedom. Nothing else. Yes, you're an organization and you want to speak, but you're speaking for your organization. You're not speaking for the whole of Canada, and somebody needed to speak for the whole of Canada. So by the time I went down to the sidewalk, I was like, I found my people. Yeah! Bev, T Mama Duke wants to know if you have PayPal or Venmo. I have PayPal. Don't you worry about it. My PayPal is what it always has been. Yes, Joe, how was your birthday, baby? How was your birthday? Oh, yes. Thank you for reminding me about PayPal. So I found out, has anyone researched the zinc content in semen? We have some tissues in our bodies meant to absorb. Take your vitamins, people. Why would wow, I feel good. Do. Is that what you're talking about? Just another day, Pat. Oh my God, I know. I hear ya. That was mine too. Except when Howie stopped to pick up our Walmart order that on my birthday, I made him. I had order a little tiramisu cake. I'm sorry I read that. I was reading it and regretted it immediately. So Mrs. Wolfie sings it. Yeah. Wow. You know what, though? A lot of you guys went over to Mrs. Wolfie Sings It and you subscribed. Thank you. I think I'm at about 750. And what's really cool is some of you have actually watched some of the videos and commented on them. And someone said, oh, you gave me chills. And I went back and listened to it and went, oh, that was crap. I'm going to have to redo that now. Right? Because these people think I actually sing it last like that. Right? So, okay. Thank you. So what was I going to say? What was I going to say? Oh, right. So if you remember my last live, I think it was my last live, we were talking about how AdSense is still docking me for United States taxes. And they docked me in January too. So I got a hold of somebody in Google Chat, and they kept saying, well, you need to go to the IRS and do a tax return. I said, how can I do a tax return? I'm Canadian, right? Oh, well, you have to apply to the IRS now for your taxes. I said, I fixed the problem in July 2021, the month after. And it wasn't a month after. It was the next day that they took the deduction. But the next day after I saw my paycheck was already counted as their following month, July, right? I corrected the problem. And I was told by you that it would be here and it would be reflected if they owed me any money. It would be reflected in my next pay. And it went on and on. And then I emailed them after they emailed me and said, well, thank you for talking to us. And I went, okay, great. Where's my money? The next month I emailed them. Third time I emailed them, they said, you can't email this. Nobody's here. Literally, if you want it, you have to go through community forums. So I got a hold of them again yesterday. I said, now it's 2022 and I'm going into my second year of you guys doing this, taking 25%, like YouTube takes 30% of everything I earn. And then AdSense takes 25% right off the top of what's left. Right? So I was talking to them and they went, no, you're just going to have to do a blah, 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 blah. You're going to have to do a tax return and all this stuff. And I went, you know what? Thanks for nothing. I'm going to get a friggin' lawyer. And then I get an email saying, oh, now that you've said you're going to take legal action, we're going to have to advise our legal team. It's like, okay. That's great. Maybe you're going to get their friggin' attention, right? So tomorrow I'm going to phone, because I already phoned one lawyer, and he said, all you have to do is get your accountant to go to the U.S. Treasury and download a form or ask them for a form, objection to deductions from source. Fill it out and send it to them, and they will send you your money back. And then they'll give AdSense crap for not fixing it when you fixed it, because you've proven that you fixed it, right? So I thought I'd get ahead of the game, and I emailed my accountant and said, this is what you need to look for. You need to find this form and down, because I had told him what was going on back in the spring when this started happening, June, when it started happening. And he said, oh, well, everything's behind because of this. Everything's behind. He said, so give it 3 to 4 months, and nothing. And then it just kept coming. Right. So I phoned a lawyer. I phoned a tax lawyer in Ottawa. And I said, how much is it going to cost me to get you to fix this? And he said, you don't have to get me to fix it. He told me what to do. Get your accountant to do this. You don't have to hire me. Get your accountant to do this, and it'll be all fixed. So I emailed my accountant and said, this is what you need to download or find and file. When my taxes come in, I'll send you the paperwork. And he's like, not up to the challenge. Not up to the challenge. He just wants my taxes. So I'm going to phone an international tax accountant tomorrow and see if I can get them to do it. And if they're not going to do it, I'm going to have to phone an international tax attorney. And then it's going to be 40%. They're going to take 40% of what I get back. Nice, eh? So I'm not even, I'm having to work and work and work for 45% of what I 45% of what I make on YouTube is what I get now because of AdSense. Take care, Marie. I get notices all the time. IRS is backlogged big time. Yeah, well, see, that's why I'm looking at it as a savings account, right? Because, I may never see it again. But I'm not putting that out in the universe. I'm looking at it as, well, as long as I keep taking it, that's money they're going to owe me eventually. And if I have to hire a tax lawyer, then there's going to be, it's going to get done. T Mama Dukes. What's the request, T Mama Dukes? I already put it up there. They don't know my address, Angie? Kevin knows where I live. I can't text it to you. I'm streaming from the phone. Get this fast, Angie. Got it? What Canadian prepper? What are we talking about? I'm going to. If I find a tax accountant in Ottawa that can fix this problem, he'll have all my business. Okay. Hang on a second. There we go. So I'm trying to fix this problem because I'm not the only Canadian that's been rear-ended by a clerical error and is losing, an additional 25% of their YouTube income. I mean, YouTube pays us crap to begin with, right? I did take it down, sweetheart. So that's what's kind of going on, right? But, I'm looking, I'm accentuating the positive. Hang on a second. Hang on. So, just ran into my neighbor. She has Omicron. Ooh, I said it. And isn't happy about being vanillaed. Everybody's been vanillaed, if you think about it, right? Everybody's been vanillaed. And it's going to be really hard for me because Quebec is kind of rabid about the mandates and the rules. And when I go shopping next, I'm not wearing a mask. I'm not. I didn't wear one at the rally yesterday. Actually, I went into Tim Hortons without one. It was just to use the bathroom, but I did it. And there was tipping my toe in the water. And takes energy. We'll all be glad when it's settled. Yeah, it is a long process, but you know what? This is the way I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it as one of these days, I'm going to get a nice fat check. Okay? Because you think of the 25%, the 25%, the 25%. If I make $1,000 a month, they're taking 250 of it. Think about that. And it's already gone June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January. It's been 8 months. So sooner or later, I've got a payday coming. And I know exactly what I'm going to do with it, so I'm not worried about it. What is the form called again? Oh, it's for the U.S. Treasury, and I tried to find it and I couldn't. So just, just saying. But you need the form that is an objection to deductions from source. Objection to deductions from source. Okay? Hey, Leanne, how are you, darling? I can't check it right now, sweetheart. I can't check it because I'm on my computer and my phone. But thank you, darling. I'm just going to say thank you anyway, and I appreciate you. I really do. So, what's next? Yeah, my stove's somewhat working now. Like I can, but I mean, I'm down to 2 burners in the oven, right? So, only wore a mask while walking halls in the hospital visiting Mike. Otherwise, no mask during this thing. Well, Quebec is the most rabid province in the country for obeying, for complying. And when I go to Giant Tiger next, these aren't strangers. These are my neighbors. These are people I live around and see every day. Well, not every day, but you know what I mean? This is local. It's a small place. So it's going to take some brass ones for me to because despite all my I will not comply attitude, I've been complying with the mask mandates, and it's not something I'm willing to do anymore. Because it has messed with my mental health, hasn't it? And so it's a medical necessity now for me not to be able to wear it. And as far as anybody is concerned, I'm fully vaccinated. I'm just not jabbed. Here we go. I said it. Hey, Carrie, how are you? Haven't been able to catch your live stream in a long time. How are you? Well, that's because I only live stream here publicly twice a month. Did the oven come on, dear? No, not yet. What's it say? 4:44. Oh, 1 more minute, it'll come on. 4:44? 4:45. Oh, that's time. Huh? That's the time? Yeah. It's supposed to come on, and then when it heats up to the full temperature, the oven will go beep, and then you just put supper in. And oh, what a lovely supper it is. And I'm not going to tell you about it because it's going to be on our half-acre homestead tomorrow. I'm on your side. Yeah, thank you. I'm going overboard with and wearing ridiculous gas mask and headgear. Are we neighbors or close? Because we could go together. That would be fun, eh? Fight fire with gasoline. Well, I mean, we know, I can't say anymore. I can't say any more about it. But, we're doing everything. I have to obey the rules of YouTube or risk losing what little income I am getting out of them. Remember, if you had it when you were both sick, your immune system made the antibodies. Absolutely. But people go, oh, she said she had it, but she wasn't tested. No. You know why? Because I don't want to add to the statistics that they're ballooning out of control. Right? Didn't need to be tested. Pretty damn sure what we had. Right? I mean, Howie had one set of symptoms. I had another set of symptoms. And if anybody's looked up the symptoms, they encompass everything from stomach flu to the common cold and pneumonia, right? So if you notice, I brought another salt lamp up because every time I was sitting here, it was looking like I had horns, and it maybe ears, but that exactly. So I have to protect my channels, right? I mean, I'm barely I am fighting just to make the 2 sets of bills that once I started earning money, every time I, got to a plateau where I was making enough to cover a bill, I added a bill to my, my share of the bills, like to help out. And then when I made another more, I added 2. Well, now I'm struggling to make those 2 enough to cover those 2, but I'm doing it. It's okay. I'm doing it, right? But it's a pain in the ass because they're taking that 25% that AdSense is taking off me could go to cover something else, right? But like I said, I'm looking at it as like a savings account. One of these days, I'm going to get a nice chunk of change, like maybe a regular full paycheck worth. And then, I'll do something with it. I had it, but didn't get tested because I knew exactly what it was. I couldn't smell. And my smell was okay. My taste was off. Howie's whole throat and mouth and gums and tongue were covered in ulcers. He was, it was really bad. And then he goes back to work, right? He's off for a week. He goes back to work to find out he got it from his boss. So, his boss was sick a week before Howie was, and he just didn't say anything because he just, it's the cold, right? At first. Oh, the Hannibal Lecter masks. Yeah. Yeah, well, it's at this point, I can no longer, and it's going to be a really hard mental, emotional, and spiritual job for me to walk into that store for the first time. It's going to be really, really hard. But the longer the harder it will be to take it off. So it's got to come now before it's too late for me. I hope so too, Malka. It's got to be replaced before canning season, that's for sure. But I can still can on one burner. But I haven't got there yet. I was going to be canning spaghetti probably. I've been going to do it for weeks, and it's like, okay, I got to do it this week. So, have you ever made banana bread with freeze-dried bananas? No, I haven't. Freeze-dried bananas are crunchy, aren't they? Like, no. I frozen bananas, yes. Freeze-dried? No, never. Sorry. Can't help you there. But, well, listen, guys, we've been here for almost an hour, and I need to go. At my hospital, they are making us wear N95 masks now all day. Oh, God. Well, it's a good advertisement for your brand, too. People will recognize you at the GT boutique now. Well, that's true. That's true. Like the one day, and what made me feel kind of brave is the one day I walked in and I had forgotten to put my mask on. And here's the kicker. I walked in and I got through the doors and through the kids and the women's, and I was up to where they were, had menswear was starting. Like the women's pajamas were here and all the toys were here, but there was menswear starting here. And when one of the floor walkers came and went, and I went, oh, right. And I didn't want to walk all the way back out to the truck. And so I had a panic attack looking through my purse for this. And I had to use a used one. And that's when I realized that not just my health, but my mental health had been affected. And it's no longer acceptable. Take care, teasers. Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you, Mary Jane. Thank you. So anyway, I'm getting ready to go, and thank you, Laura. Do what you like with my I'm going to check. I'm going to look. Because if there's zinc in there, never mind. Oh, sorry. Now, the time has come for us to say sayonara until Thursday. Thursday will be the next live stream at 4 p.m. EST. And thank you, Mr. Potato Head. We're gonna say we're gonna do a prayer. And again, this is not about religion. This is about us joining hands and hearts in the commonalities of our faith. You turn to your faith to fill you with the light, and I will turn to mine, and together we can do miracles, can't we? But give me a second. I'll give everybody time to leave, and there's no judgment if you don't want to stay. That's totally it's totally optional, right? Not everybody is there. Yes, we do. Hang on. 92. We're down 91. Take care. God bless those that are leaving. Be safe. And remember, it's freedom, not feardom. It's faith, not fear. Okay? Take care, Carolyn. All right. Don't worry, folks. It's the cannabis, not the COVID. Now I can take a deep breath. Just wanted to make sure I cleaned all that out there. Ready? Hey, God, creator and source of everything, including Christ, who you gave us to teach us, who paid the ultimate price to teach us the value of love. Well, God, I got to say thank you for making my knees last as long as they did yesterday, despite the bitter cold. And God bless all the people that showed up to fight for our freedom. And God bless everybody who came in here today. We're gathering here today, God. And we're going to join hearts and hands. And we're going to ask you to fill us with the guiding light of your love. So full, God, that we shine with it. And that we become a big circle of your light. And when we can no longer contain it, we push it out. And it becomes a divine flare of light to push back the darkness that can sometimes surround us. And all the light workers step forward and they hold your light of love aloft, God. And we're people who are alone, neglected, rejected, sick, abused, frightened, alone, or just confused, can take shelter in the light of your love until they are strong enough to rise in their own light of your love and step forward and hold that light aloft. Because we know, God, love is never division and subtraction. It is always addition and multiplication. So God, thank you for filling us with the light of your love. Thank you for being the guiding light in our hearts. Amen. Peace be with you. Namaste. Shalom. Merry meet. Miigwech. Mary part, blessed be. Walk in the light of God, whatever your choice is, or whatever language you speak to your faith, to link with your faith. Know that when we come together, it's always multiplied and amplified. Take care. God bless. We'll see you on Thursday at 4 o'clock. Love you guys. Don't ever forget that. If people can hate for no reason, we can always love for no reason. And just because I'm on the other side of a screen doesn't mean I can't send you that love, right? God bless.